this is Lady Boulay, and welcome back to Black American Lineage. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for continuing to support this channel. Well, I'm just reporting on the sad news that we heard the other day about the young man going into the school and shooting up the school. And, these tragedies just keep coming, and people act like there's nothing they can do about it. But they could do something about this if they wanted to. They can do something about other things that they want to do something about. But they are on the right track when they start checking out these parents and seeing why these parents have been negligent in their responsibility. Because the reality is the schools can do all that they can do. Law enforcement can do all that they can do. But when you have a child in your home and that child has already shown signs of problems, of making threats against the school and the people in the school, and you don't know what to do about it, something is wrong in that family. And I believe that law enforcement really needs to start cracking down on these kids who have put out threats about what they wanted to do. And then they say, well, they didn't have any probable cause to arrest him. Well, you have a probable cause to take him out of a facility of a high school and put him in an alternative school or in a place where he can get some help before it's too late. Because once they go into a school in the way that he did with a weapon, it's too late. Something could have been done, something should have been done before he did that. And America is going to have to come to terms with this. It's not just about the school, because the schools can be locked. Everybody can be locked down. Everything can be going according to plan, and something will still go wrong if you have a problematic child in that environment who is intent on doing harm to other people. Something has got to be done in this country. It just does. This is the mugshot of 14-year-old Colt Gray, the one who went into that high school a few days ago and committed that heinous act. It is reported that even the children said he was a walking school shooter or something like that. He had the profile of a school shooter. So he showed signs of trouble, and nobody knew how to help this kid. So this is from the New York Daily News. It says, father of Georgia school shooting suspect Colt Gray arrested and charged. So his father has been arrested and charged, and will probably be charged with a higher crime than this boy. Although he's going to be charged as an adult, but a 14-year-old still needs guidance and supervision and discipline. The father of 14-year-old Georgia high school shooting suspect Colt Gray has been hit with a bevy of charges a day after the deadly massacre. Colin Gray, 54, was arrested and charged Thursday with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation announced. At a news conference Thursday night, GBI Director Chris Hosey said the charges were directly connected with the actions of his son and allowing him to possess a weapon, but did not offer additional details. The older Gray is believed to have owned several guns, including a military-style rifle like the one used in Wednesday's attack. His son, Colt Gray, is accused of killing 2 students and 2 teachers at Appalachia High School in Winder, roughly 50 miles northeast of Atlanta, when he opened fire shortly before 10:20 a.m. Dozens of others were wounded by gunfire or injured in the chaos. It was the deadliest school shooting in Georgia history. Within minutes of responding to calls for help, police officers located the gunman, who immediately surrendered. He was taken into custody and later charged with 4 felony counts of murder. He's being tried as an adult. And by the way, his family members are raising sand about the fact that he's being charged as an adult. I guess they think he should be treated like a 2-year-old. I don't know. I can't imagine what they think anybody's going to do with him doing something like that. The father and son were interviewed in May 2023 after the FBI received a tip that the teen made threats online about shooting up a middle school. Colt Gray, 13 at the time, denied making those threats, and his father, who admitted to having guns in the house, said he knew nothing about them. Now, even after his father was investigated for that incident in 2023, he went right on at Christmas and bought him a gun for a Christmas present. Now, that's how much, understanding his father had about the seriousness of it. The FBI and the local sheriff's office said they hadn't compiled enough evidence to arrest either Gray at that time, only issuing a warning to local schools for continued monitoring of the teen. No, they should have put him in an alternative school where they have restricted movement. You don't put him back in a school environment like that where he can just walk around freely, go out saying he's going to the bathroom, goes out and gets a gun, and then comes back into school and causes a massacre. Well, this father might be looking at some serious jail time himself, because earlier this year, Jennifer and James Crumley, the parents of Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumley, were sentenced to up to 15 years in prison for manslaughter. On November 30th, 2021, then 15-year-old Ethan opened fire at Oxford High School, killing 4 students. So this is what his father might be looking at, some serious jail time himself. But let me give you a little background about this area. I taught at a middle school in the county bordering Barrow County. And in my 6th grade class, one year I had a boy that came in from Winder, this very same town where this happened. And the boy was new to the school, and he was having adjustment problems, and he had some issues. He had some anger issues himself. And so he was getting into these altercations with the boys in the 6th grade, and he got into a fight, and he was suspended from school. So his father came in to talk to me in a conference, and we were just talking. And I was just sort of suggesting some things that he might do with the child to help him with his anger issues, and talking to him about getting along with his classmates and things. That father really was not listening to anything I said. He said, well, they just keep picking at him, and they're just picking at him, and he's got a right to defend himself. He said, and I got connections at the sheriff's office, and if he were to kill one of them, I would be able to get him off. I said, no, that's not the answer. He can't kill anybody. That is not the answer. And I was so upset about that, so obviously I went and told the principal. But that attitude is kind of not unusual in that part of Georgia. It really is. It's out from Atlanta, and some of those communities, primarily white, predominantly. That's what he said. He has connections at the sheriff's office, and if he were to kill one of them, he could get him off. And that was just so upsetting to me. But I'm telling you, everybody doesn't see life and death the same way. And that is why these kind of things need to be taken seriously. A child makes a threat like that, it should be taken seriously. Okay, y'all, this is just so sad. It's just so sad on so many levels. But I think it will make a difference when parents are starting to be charged for what their children are doing, because a 14-year-old is in need of supervision from his parents, and they need to know what their children are doing. And parents need to know what their children are doing. And that's not the first time there has been a situation where a child showed signs of trouble and the parents went and bought him a gun for Christmas. Like, that's the answer. So anyway, y'all, thank you for listening, and let me know what you think about the video.